folks in the room. I have a mic going around, and then we'll hop on Zoom if we have some time. Anyone want to start us off? Marissa, second row.
Hi there. I know she's not playing tonight, but I'm just curious, like Kennedy and just kind of having her come off the bench, like what kind of a dynamic has she given you guys this year?
Lots of points. Very efficient points. No, she's still integrating and learning our system, and trying to get all our defensive schemes and everything, game planning stuff, all right, the verbiage, everything. So she's still very much learning, but she's been great off the bench for us for sure.
For sure.
Not to continue with people who might not play tonight, but Shania, I know she hasn't played this season, but what have you seen from her in practice, and what do you think she can eventually get for you guys?
I mean, obviously she's a big physical presence. Again, I think the concussion got her behind because she wasn't able to go through training camp and learn our stuff. So that really kind of set her back. So we're still working to get her up to speed on all the play calling schemes, working to get her in really great shape. So she's still learning how to be a pro and learning our system, and learning it's a good thing when I'm yelling at her. As I'd be worried when I'm not.
Coach, I haven't heard any national conversation about Alyssa Smith, but her numbers are eye-popping when you talk about most improved player of the league. I mean,
Yeah.
what does she have to do to maybe get somebody to talk about her?
I don't know, you guys, that's your job. You guys are the talking heads. No, I mean, if you're paying attention, her numbers do jump off the sheet, and she's really learning how to play alongside A. When there's times that some of these teams are pretty small. I think when teams have been small, she's really hurt them with whoever else is left over guarding her. Learning when to dive in there. She's been great on the glass for us, but she makes tough shots too. I mean, more and more, she I think just gets more comfortable with her spots and how to impact a game.
Nick, and then Sabrina, and then we'll head to Zoom real quick.
Hey, Coach. I know you're dynamic with Teresa Weatherspoon, and you guys go back far, but I know you guys have had conversations about various players. When you look at this league, who has zero black women head coaches, is that something that the league should pay more attention to, less attention, and is that something, a conversation that need to be had in order to eradicate the problem?
Well, it's probably a microcosm of society, of people not getting fair looks. Based on whatever reason the hiring people have. So I do think it's a little off, for sure, that there aren't more female black head coaches in this league, considering 90% of the league is made up, and in the history of the league has probably been made up of African American women. So yeah, it's a little alarming, not surprising, given the state. This is areas where we have to be better. And hire, people that are qualified and best for the job. And I think, there's been other leagues. I think the NFL took different steps. Like, I'm not saying you hire based on color, but there's plenty of qualified African American women. Because people want to be hired on their qualifications. And what I'm saying is there's plenty of qualified women out there.
Thank you, Coach.
Sabrina.
Do you guys think at all about the commissioner's cup when you come into these games? Is that something?
Hell yeah, it's 500 grand on there.
I mean, do you get any of that?
Nope.
Okay. Because there's like an extra 20. I'm not sure what happens at the end.
I don't think we do.
No, I don't think so. As far as I know.
Carly doesn't get any, that's
I
for sure.
clearly don't. All right, we'll head to Zoom. Callie and then Nikias. Callie.
Just a quick one on the injury report. Kennedy and Jewel both out is I think what I saw, and it said leg injury. Just curious, what's the status on both of them? Like, was it practice injury, and maybe when you anticipate they'll be back?
No, I think Jules has been building up, and it was just time to give her some rest. And obviously Kennedy's came from a fall the other day, so I expect both of them to be back in the mix this next week. No long-term concerns with Jewel. She just needed some time to get some of her swelling down, but she should be good to go here in the next week or so.
Thank you.
Nikias.
Hi, Coach. I had two quick ones, if that's okay. One relating to the injuries. With having all these guards out at the same time, I think the Aces are one of the few teams that don't have one of the development spots filled. Considering all of them being out at the same time, is there any consideration to adding to that or filling that spot at all, or do you just
Well,
anticipate?
we've already been looking into a couple things. A couple things didn't work out. That's the way it goes. Definitely tough having 3 guards out, so maybe I'll put Asia in that 3rd spot. Let her run as a big 3.
Got you. And then just a league-wide question. It feels like, I guess, outside of the Liberty, no one has really tapped the zone button yet so far this year. And I know you are a coach that doesn't mind pressing that button at times. Do you anticipate that perking up as the season goes on in light of what the training camps and stuff were? Or
Yes.
do you think that is less viable now?
No, yes, we will be doing some zone. Maybe you might see it tonight. Maybe you won't. We don't know. I think zones come a little bit later in the sense of to be a good zone team, you really need to be solid man principles because they translate, they cross over. So I know for myself and our team, I'm trying to make sure we're so crystal clear and clean on our fundamentals, man-to-man, and our basic game plans before I start adding in zones. We worked on a little bit, but, and all the other junk that we'll throw out there at times through the course of the season. But we need to be solid in our basics right now.
Got you. Thank you.
Andrew, and then we'll end with Sophie. Andrew.
Thanks as always, Coach. You don't have to deal with KP this time, unfortunately, with her injury, but not having to deal with her this time. But Chance Gray has really emerged for them over the last few games as a threat. You talk about dealing with her when she comes off the bench.
Yeah, I mean, we're going to be solid. Her and Latson, I think, are nice, young, up-and-coming guards. So we're not going to do anything special for them, but we definitely are going to respect them when they step out there. They're earning that with the minutes that they've been getting. So KP in or out shouldn't change our gas pedal. We got to be about ourselves. Obviously, if KP was in the game plan, it would be a little bit of a different game plan. But as is, we worry about ourselves in handling every player that comes in. Next man up. I think that's one thing that teams can have a natural exhale when a really great player is out of the lineup, but you got to understand it's somebody else's chance that they've been waiting for their whole life because somebody got to clean up those minutes. So you get a lot of energy. You're going to get that next person up's best shot because that is their shot to try to get more time.
Sophie.
Hi, Coach. Sophie Dumont here with the Ballers Magazine. Wanted to ask you about Chelsea Gray. We know what she can do on the offensive end, but she has really great defensive presence as well. Just wanted to get your insight on just her impact and the disruption that she causes on that end of the floor.
Yeah, she's a sneaky defender. Just like offensively, she sees plays before they happen. Defensively, she sees plays before they happen. She has great anticipation, great hands. She's always well studied. She knows exactly what her opponents, with the amount of switching that we do, you can't just know what the guards do. You got to know what the bigs do, and vice versa. Our bigs got to know what their guards do. And she's somebody who I know puts a lot of time and care into studying both bigs and smalls, knows exactly what moves, probably their first and second move for sure, possibly a third with some of them. But yeah, she's elite, honestly, at her ability to draw charges, her hands, how she times up dribbles, to be able to come up with steals, timely steals. Yeah, she's just a really underrated defensive player, I would say, and can guard, in the post. A small that can guard in the post really, really well. So that's a luxury for us.
Thank you.
Nikias, did you have a last second hand raise? Going once. All right, thank you.
He does have his hand raised.
I know. He does. Well,
He's muted, though.